All right. Hi, everybody. Here we are. It's Thursday. I was here yesterday waiting for everybody, and it wasn't Thursday. So I'm glad that Diana helped me out yesterday. I needed that shot in the head, as my father would say. So welcome back to Joan, Wisdom Seeker Joan, who hasn't been on for a few weeks. And I'm glad you're back, and I hope you had a good holiday season anyway. And
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
and new beginning of New Year. And we have our Diana Bowles back as well this week. Thank you for being here again, Diana. Yeah, thank you.
Love to be here.
Well,
Seriously.
good, good. I'm so glad. So, yesterday I had everything up on a banner. Maybe I can find it. Oh, what do you know? I still can find it. So,
Amazing.
first of all, I just want to say we don't mind doing different readings, but remember, this mostly is a medium show. So, we kind of want to help those who want to hear from the other side. So, that has to be our first priority. If there's somebody here that wants to hear from somebody on the other side, then we want to make sure you get that message. What you're going to do, though, is you're going to put it in capitals and you're going to tell us the first name of the person and their relationship. It can be a friend, that's fine. But, mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, friend, whatever it is. Or it can be a pet. My pet's name was a dog named, Mr. T, and has passed. So you can do that too. Okay. Otherwise, yes, if it would be helpful if you just say, I'd like to have a reading either from my spirit guides, my angels, or you could say that I'd like to have a reading for my spiritual path or whatever, all of those different things. It just helps us the more that you give us information that you give us, it helps us to tune in and then not, I know, Karen, it's just what I thought. Mr. T, I know. So yeah, um, now someone will name their cat Mr. T. All right. Anyway, thank you all. We always appreciate you. We know we wouldn't be here without you, and so you are the ones we are here for. So hello, Sonia and Karen Doyle and Valerie S. It's wonderful to see you again. Sonia Pinola and Cap Mama and Christine Fryer is here and Jill Sinanan. Flower Power, I love this. You're not new. You just couldn't get on the chat. That's all right. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here, and we're glad you might have been lurking all along. So thank you. There's nothing wrong to lurk, just so everybody knows that.
Right.
Who else do we have here? I want to make sure I hit the highlights. Cat Mama. Awoo, Werewolves of London. There's new Nancy Smith is here. And Teresa Hadarian is here. And Jules is here. Whoops, why don't I not?
Wow.
Yeah, Jules Learning to Listen is here. All right. And we have Thomas here. That's wonderful. Hi,
Thomas, how
Carolyn
are
Adams.
you?
It's wonderful to see Carolyn Adams. Have you been traveling? Oh, it's good to see you, honey. And Ness is here. And Joyful Journey is here.
Wow.
Yeah, we got some great Amanda Carroll's here, Lori Hunsinger's here. All right, Cat Mama, I got your question. And Thomas, I got your question. Ness, I got your question. Teresa, got your question. Let's see who else. Joyful Journey's question. No, Jules' question. Sally. Okay, we're getting high up on the questions. Valerie, I think I got you already in the very beginning, unless it's a different question. All right. Julie McGoldrick, can you give us Dad's first name, please? All right. Karen Doyle. Carolyn Adams has a question. Star Midnight. Wow. Charlie, it's nice to see you. Joybird. Okay, we got 13 questions. I'm going to say that's it for now. Okay. All right, Valerie.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to put up questions closed. I'm sorry, everybody, but that's just the way it is. We want to make sure we're able to read for you all. All right. I might have a banner that says questions closed. There you go. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. And I might be taking them in random order. As I said, if people are wanting to have reach somebody on the other side, I would really love to take those people first. All right. So let's see. We'll start with Nancy. Does my dad Ralph have a message for me?
Go ahead, Diane. I'm having a bit of
Okay.
a time tuning in today.
How recently has he crossed over? He seems to be still working his way up, but he also wants you to know that he's around you all the time. He's still a guardian for you, but he's not very talkative. And so my thought is that he is
89.
still working on things on the other side so that he can come back and have stronger communication with you on your own, on his own with you. But he is definitely around you. And he's working his way up there.
I'm wondering if my mother died in 88, and I've always been told she's sort of far away, because that's like over 30 something years ago. So I'm wondering if maybe Ralph is over there with my mother, in that general area.
Right.
I don't know. So Nancy, I have, did he play cards? Did he like to enjoy gambling at all? But it could be that he was a player in competitive sports. So, because I'm seeing something about that, maybe when he was younger, if that's true. If it's not true, it could be that he enjoyed games with other people, playing whist, playing chess, whatever it is. So think about that. I'm seeing that he likes your rather bohemian lifestyle. And because I'm getting here that makes you more independent than you might have been when he was living. And so I'm seeing him call that out and say, even being here on this page and asking about him makes you sort of an outlier in that regard, because not a lot of people believe that we can even talk to people on the other side. So I'm seeing it. He really likes that, and he likes your independence. And he says, he's around you, but he knows you're an independent person. So he'd rather you call to him than just assume that he will always be right there. Yeah. Diana? Yeah.
Can I add one more thing? Because this did come in, and maybe it resonates with you. I don't know. He participated in lots of sports, joined World War II, age 14.
Wow.
Well, what he said to me was, I ain't no bus driver, referring to Ralph.
Oh,
Moon, Alice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that could be why. Because
Okay.
he probably watched The Honeymooners then.
Okay. Yep. Well, that makes
good.
sense, doesn't it?
Well, it took me a while because all I was seeing was, those little dog treats. They're like leather and they're sort of knotted on both ends. I just saw the knot to that. And I thought, what is that? Or whatever. And then it showed it to me. And I thought, what is this? And then quite a bit later, I heard like a dog with a bone. So I think he was sort of suggesting, how dogs just are like a dog with a bone with those things. They chew on them until they become more flexible. And I believe that might be maybe he liked to give dogs those kinds of things, but it also, I'm getting the feeling it was a little bit that he may have been a little bit inflexible, and he's softening up. And I think he's saying, you may have inherited some of those traits. and there's a good side of it and a bad side of it. To be like a dog with a bone is to be really persistent, and you just keep going and keep going, and that can serve you really well in life. But remember, part of that persistence when a dog is chewing on one of those treats is that it makes things more flexible. So he's just asking you to kind of turn that over in your head and see how that might apply. And for cards, I got the condor, which I don't remember ever pulling the condor.
I don't remember you doing it, at least on this show. Yeah.
And it said, hold the highest vision of your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. So that's a kind of a rare bird and a rare card and a special message, and a very affirming one. And then I got the new earth, and the message here is to share your gifts. So I hope those resonate with you.
That condor feather goes right along with climbing up that stairway.
Yeah. And being independent.
And
that's true. Wow. Well, I think you got, it's a choppy message, but remember that we all get different parts of that puzzle. So I'm glad some of it resonated with you. That would be that's really wonderful. Thank you for that. Because we're getting it from up here and we have to decipher it. So it's nice to know it makes sense. Yeah.
And you're the icebreaker, Nancy, because you're the first question out of the chute there.
Yep. All right. Okay. So I'm going to move on to Thomas next because he would like a message from Bruce, his cousin.
Okay. I think he's telling you that and he's showing me that he was someone who was multi-talented. And he is saying you can do more than one thing at once. You can be more than one thing at once. And what I'm seeing that suggests that to me is he's riding a unicycle and he's got an ice cream cone with like 15 scoops of ice cream. And then he's keeping that all balanced and while he's riding the bicycle. And he's on a bicycle. Like I see him with black hair, short black hair, shortish black hair, and he's wearing a white shirt with kind of reddish, rosy red vertical stripes on it. So it sort of looks like a referee shirt, except with their rosy red instead of black. I don't know if that has any kind of significance, but the main message for him was you can do more than one thing at once, and he was in some ways an example of that. And he's saying to awaken your inner angel with the ascension symbol, and says by the kingfisher feather, prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you'll receive it in perfect form. Hope some of that makes sense. How about you, Diana?
Well, he's showing me that picture, Venus on the half shell.
Yeah,
but the way Salvador Dali painted it. Was he an artist?
Okay. So Thomas was your cousin an artist is the question?
Yeah. So anyways, he's showing me that, which can indicate many things, that certainly that, he loved you. You guys played together as kids. Maybe you shared similar interests in the ladies. The pearl and the oyster, that must mean something to you, because I hear those words, the pearl and the oyster.
Okay. I don't know.
And maybe that's something that you are supposed to be looking for now, since we know that you've recently retired. It's not been that many years. So maybe that's it. There's a new pearl in the oyster for you.
All right. So I'm not seeing any replies from Thomas, which might mean he's not right here right now. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the reading that I have so we can move on. So I'm getting that he says, oh, my God, Thomas, you're like a witch. You're doing that You're doing that card stuff. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, yeah. Would never have imagined it, he said. But I see you're also doing it for self-care. What you're doing is an act of love for those you read for. So I can understand that from this view. He understands what you're going through from this view. And he said, it is a true privilege to be able to help other people. And you have stepped up to that, Thomas, even though you have gone through some really difficult times. And he said, it's also my privilege to still be around you, and you can call on me at any time. Finally, he says, I will always cherish the past that we had together. So I think he's one of your guides, Thomas. I think he understands from his point of view why you're doing what you're doing, and he kind of likes it. So there you go. There you go. All right. Thanks, Thomas. I hope you get this message. All right. So let's see. I'm going to move back to Valerie here because she was first. And so she just wants a message. So we can give her any message that we'd like. So don't park too close to a fire hydrant, Valerie, because then you'll
get owed.
The first thing I see is like a vortex, like a tornado that sucks things up. And the next thing I see is, it almost looks like, I don't know, not an Oscar, what's the Golden Globe, you know, when they give out that award. I think it's some sort of statuette holding a globe, or at least that's what I was seeing. And so it's another thing of, I was seeing it from the bottom looking up. So the message seems to be, raise your vibration, keep looking up. There's things out there for you. Just keep, you will be rewarded by following this path and raising your vibration and following your bliss this way. Let's see if I can find anything else for you. Yeah, and this, I got the Archangel Metatron, who's saying, remember who you are. And Metatron can be very, very helpful in these types of, in these times. So I hope that makes some sort of sense for you, Valerie.
Yeah. By the way, Diana, Thomas said his cousin was a house painter. Didn't you say, was he an artist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
You know what? That takes skill, because to be able to do, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
All right. Sorry.
So, Valerie, I hope you can see these, because they're the first time I'm putting them on air. So we have that you are already skilled at something that you do, right? We have the Eight of Pentacles here. And then, even though it feels like a burden sometimes, right? Quite a pain to carry that stuff around. But you're so efficient at it. Efficiency is what has got you into the position that you're in to continue along those lines. Something greater is going to come out of this. Something greater is going to come out of this. Probably more sticks to carry.
Well, she works for her family's business, and she has to carry most of the load in the office. So
there you go.
It's exactly spot on. Hi, Juno. So I did hear. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, someone may unexpectedly get ill and have to step back even more. So I think that's what you need to watch for. It's your efficiency. Just keep that efficiency plan of yours going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got here. Your initiation is something that is ongoing for you. And, you know, a 29 is an 11. It's a master number, and you're a master at your craft. And unfortunately, when you're a master at your craft, everybody says, oh, well, I know Valerie can do it. So that might be part of that. And your strength shines through in everything that you do. So they're not seeing that you're compromising in any way, because you're such a strong person that you just step up to the plate and do whatever needs to be done. But I want to read this message from the universe for you. Your time is coming. Everything's coming together for you, but you must meet the universe halfway. Hold only a bright and happy vision of yourself with successful outcomes, and don't allow fears or insecurities to stand in your way. So I'm going to step up and say also, don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of just because you're strong, just because you're initiated and you're very good at what you do. It's very important not to be taken advantage of either. Okay. Thank you, dear. Yep. Yes, the visionary is 11. That's right, Juno. Thank you. Yeah. Hello to those who have just come in. Thanks for being with us today. All right. So we have got Cat Mama's adopted mother, Sandra, passed a few weeks ago. Does she have anything to share? First of all, I'm sorry for your loss, Cat Mama.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
really
really,
hard.
really raw
It is
still.
hard. Yeah, it is hard. Yeah. Oh, you have, Valerie. You've been feeling like you're in a tornado. You are. You are, Valerie. Yeah.
When I tune in, the first thing I get is my heart chakra is just lighting up, and I think it's both your heartbreak and her tenderness toward you. And I'm hearing Whitney Houston singing "I Will Always Love You." I will. Yeah. So there's that, and she was saying adopting you was the best decision she ever made. And I'm not gone. I'm right here. And I know these sound like kind of platitudes, but she means them. I pulled for you the white owl feather. Wisdom and messages of the divine are within you, which is another card that I rarely pull. And that's a beautiful one. And let's see. The Archangel of Radiance, and she's saying, raise your standards. Expect more out of other people, because I think a lot of people expect a lot out of you. So I think that was coming from Sandra, but she's sending lots and lots of love.
Mhm.
And my condolences.
Yes.
Yes, Colleen. She says to give it some time, right? Give it a little bit more time and she'll be able to speak to you directly. She hasn't been gone very long. And asking you to preserve the things that she left behind for you. Some of the little trinkets that were special to her, you may want to hang on to for a while. And just keep calling upon her. She is grateful for the time that she spent with you. And just keep calling her to you. She's not very far away. Soon she'll be able to show you signs. And one of the things that I think that you should look for is bluebirds.
Okay.
Bluebirds of happiness, not blue jays, but bluebirds of happiness. They have a bright red breast and beautiful blue wings. And they're going to be coming in now. And that, to me, when she starts, those start coming in, that's going to be a message from her that she's gotten to the elevation where now she can talk to you.
Okay.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
Oh gosh. I just looked down and the owl was right underneath this card.
Okay. Yeah. Wisdom. So what I got was an apology from her for any drama that you had to endure. If there's any drama that you had to endure as a child, or even as a young adult, she's sorry for that. I get the message that my mother and father used to say, which is, we never raised a child before. We didn't know any better. Once we knew better, we did better. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay. I'm getting also that you survived and you're able to be on your own and you're doing your own work and you are very successful at it. And they're very, very proud of you, because I think dad is over there as well. So she wants you to know that she's with adopted dad. Okay. Finally, she said she noticed the change and she's really happy you've moved into a new place. I think that's what it is. And she said, this is going to be a great change for you. It's going to uplift you and make you happy, just like this little angel that's flying through the air. She said, and healing will come to you there where you are. I really firmly believe it. But yeah, I'm getting the same message as the other ladies in that it's early still. She's going through whatever it is that she's going through over there. But at the same time, she wants you to know she's thinking of you and that you can reach out to her if you need her. Yep. Okay. Much love to you, Cat Mama. Not easy to lose one's mama.
Oh, really?
Okay, so Ness would love to connect with her dad. I don't know if it's possible. Anything's possible, Ness. John Manny passed in 97. Okay.
John Manny.
Was he a big baseball fan? I'm seeing, and maybe a collector or something. I get the idea he might have, maybe he just played it and was passionate about it as a kid, but I'm seeing a lot of baseball stuff. Okay, John, what else? What kind of evidence? And then I'm seeing a glove. It's either like that golfers use or like sometimes drivers use them, the gloves that don't have fingers in them. Okay, so, all right. So what do you have to say to Ness? Now I'm on the golf course, so that must have been a golf glove. And it's like he's hit a long drive and he's standing there like this, watching it. So, John, what does this mean for Ness? What's this mean for your daughter? This is the life lesson that sometimes that life is like the first shot off the tee. If you're lucky, you get a long one, but it takes a while to see how is this going to turn out. And he's there watching you. How is this one going to turn out? And being the one who's like the cheerleader. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So I think that's the analogy here. And for you, I got, okay, I'm going to try that one. The Archangel Jophiel, it's time to create. So, Johnny, what does this mean? Okay, now he's back on the golf course showing me hitting another ball. And it's like, it's your turn to kind of take control and really work to create your future. And knowing that he's right there to support you and everything. But it's sort of like now is the time, if you've had ideas that you've been mulling them over, now is the time to just, start working on the manifestation and creating this new venture, whether it's a hobby or a new job or a new relationship or whatever. He kind of wants you to take the bull by the horns and bring into your life what you want. Okay. How about you, Diana?
Joan, I got baseball.
Oh, you got baseball too?
I got baseball. And I got him swinging a bat. In the stands with a home run. And with that, he was giving her the message, you can't always go get it. You can't always find it, right? But to continue to work towards it. Continue to work towards getting to the highest peak for yourself. To use discernment when it's time to take a pause. And don't forget to nurture yourself along the way. And remember, everything is a forward movement.
Okay.
Even if you have to go back in a circle, it's still not going to be in the same place. You never step in the same river twice. And so this baseball game, they were playing pickle first, and then they were playing a regular game. And he knocked it out of the park.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay. I don't know if he was a teacher or not, formally a teacher. I got the teacher card. He could have just been a person that was very good at teaching things about life or maybe sports. I don't know, whatever. You don't have to be a formal teacher to get this card. But I got that sometimes you may have had some conflict with him. Perhaps he wasn't always aligned with the same beliefs or things that you were. But that's a natural thing that can happen, and it helps us to get through the life we're in. He says you are a sovereign. And so he's saying basically that you're a queen. You're a queen at what you do. In other words, you have the ability to do a very special thing in your work or in your life that others are not able to do. And he's recognizing that. And he's really proud of you for that. Finally, I get, you got too much going on, Ness. Lighten up your load a little bit.
Oh, discernment.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much. All right.
Oh, he just started singing Johnny, Johnny, Bobani, Banana, Fana, Fofani, Fee, Fi, Momani. And Ness, I don't know what your first name is, but.
Well, that's his name. John is his name. Yeah.
Right. But he sang that because
Okay.
I wouldn't recognize her first name.
Her first name. Right. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. So Teresa Hadarian wonders if we could reach a friend. Oh, Diana went out again. All right.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, you all went out to me. So I
really?
don't know if that's
Okay.
who. It's probably me, but.
No, it's probably the solar flares. Okay. Norma is Teresa's friend's name.
Okay.
Yes, Annie, Joan's colors and glasses are just beautiful.
Thank you.
And
These are
Diana
just little readers. We'll see how it
Yeah.
happens.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Annie.
they look. They're similar to Diana's. Teresa, when I kind of tune into you, and then the line between you and me became this line between Norma and you, and that turned into the ropes on a swing. And so there's this girl in a blue dress with white shoes and white anklets and everything. She's got blonde hair, swinging on the swing, and it's like sort of like swinging on a star or something. Huge, long, almost, yeah, just really, really long ropes. So what's the message here, Norma? Yeah, it's Norma. I don't know if she's referencing if you two just had a lot of fun together and had swinging times, or if you were kids that played together. Norma, what's the message? Yeah, it's and this little girl, or this girl, is holding a little teddy bear or something. So I think she's referencing okay, it's that when you two were together, it was like you were kids again somehow. And she's referencing, hang on to that sense of childlike wonder, childlike, not childish, but just don't let that go. Because when we're in that stage, all things are possible. And she's saying all things are still possible for you. She is, okay, anything else for Norma? Okay, and she said, you're still my best friend, and that she's kind of pulling the strings, and she was pulling at the chains from the swing that I was seeing. And anyhow, I got a blackbird saying the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. So she's kind of helping with that, and it's kind of saying, go for it. And I got the Archangel Sandalphon, who's saying center and ground, which is interesting after all of that stuff of being way up in the air in the swing. But yeah, I think she's there for you and looking out for you and just encouraging you to remember the fun times and capture those types of high vibe times and incorporate that into your life.
Center.
Yeah.
The center card came out. and that influence, the love, the fun that you guys had together, you influenced each other
Mm-hmm.
through so many magical times. The first thing that I heard is she must have loved music, and she must have loved at least one song, but she had a thing for Elton John's music. And of course, the first song came in was Goodbye, Norma Jean.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
She's saying, I might be on the other side, but that doesn't mean that we don't have heritage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And you guys did you sing into your hairbrushes? Because she was showing me that as well.
Well, that's funny that you should say that. I'll get to it. I get here that she says, "Shine on, Teresa, shine on." And what I got was, "I will survive." That's what I got, but that doesn't mean anything really. But the next one is not the hairbrushes, but the mirror. So I'm wondering if that's very close to the same thing as far as, picking something to sing. She says, we had some really great times together and we didn't let anybody bother us. And
There you go.
and then I got the survive. That's where that came up, the survive card. So she said, I'm glad you survived and that you're still there. And please know I'm still here. She said, life is all about finding the right people to be around. And I'm so blessed that I found you when I was on the earth, and I can stay your friend eternally. So that's what I get. Anyway, I got goosebumps. Okay.
Yeah. It was the minute you said center. And I'm holding that card.
That card.
Yep.
Yes.
Are you reading my mind?
No. Thanks, Teresa. All right. So we've got Carolyn Adams wondering if her Aunt Lucy might have a message for her.
Okay. I'm seeing a treasure map, like the one with the big dotted line and the X marks the spot. And like in old cartoons, they'd always have the little line going to the place where the X marks. So I think she may be referencing the hunt that you've been on in doing genealogy.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah, and now the X marks the spot, and it's like the chest full of gold and jewels and all of that. And she's saying that it's not about the treasure chest of things. It's such a gift, such a an incredible bounty to be remembered and to be made relevant after being gone for years. And she's just very grateful to you for that. Anything else, Aunt Lucy? Anything else? She's showing me more travels for you, and also she's showing me an eagle, just the head of a bald eagle. So let's see, what does that mean? Traveling eagle, watching over you, the eagle eye. So if you're traveling, she'll be watching over you. And for cards, I got the meadowlark, smile, and you'll soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. There's the meadowlark. And from the angel deck, I got the Archangel of Grace. I love this one. More flow, less hustle is the message.
There
I
you
think
go.
all of us in these crazy
we all
times.
Need that message. Yes.
Yeah, we all need that message. I hope that was somewhat helpful, Carolyn.
Well, so X marks the spot goes right along with this clarity card, right? Knowing where you're headed. I too was getting more travels because even though we have the soothsayer here, and yes, you're sitting with us with a question, it's more about the caravan and the gypsy wagon that's behind her, and that you already have your hands in your next travel. You know where it is you want to go. And then just because he's saying Vita Vita Vegemin, Because my name is Lucy, and I want to make that clear.
Oh, okay. That's pretty funny. Well, Caroline, I don't know if she liked to entertain, but my feeling is that if you went over to her house, oh, sit down, let me make you a drink. Will you want some snacks? I just get that from her. She says she loves that you're exploring the genealogy. She said it's wonderful and it's bringing her interest as well. She loves being able to figure out what you're figuring out. She said that seems to be one of your purposes. And she said, all of us up here are just going, ooh, look at all the things she's finding out, so there you go. And finally, she said, family is everything. Family is everything. So I get the impression that Aunt Lucy and you were very close and she loved you just as much as you loved her. And so she's sending love from all the family. There you go. Wow.
And Diana, if you still have the card that has the little caravan in it, the caravan looked a little bit similar to Carolyn's
Yes.
the teardrop trailer there that I had.
Uh-huh.
Right. Now I shuffled it into the deck here, but yeah, that's yeah. Sorry, it's deep. Oh
That's
no,
okay.
it's not. There it is. It does. It's like her little
Yeah.
baby Airstream.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Okay, so Jules has a mother named Norma too. I think that's two Normas today. So
Okay.
does she have a message for our family? Jules wants to know. Okay.
For the whole family. What can you say for the family?
I'm wondering if she was a gardener or just really loved flowers. The first thing I saw was a daisy, and then it was a dandelion, and then it was this big sunflower. Some of the sunflowers, they breed them so that they're not just the traditional color, and this one was sort of a little darker orangey yellow or something like that. It's just okay. So what's the message here, Norma, for Jules about the flowers? Yeah, she's just saying this is your time to bloom. And all of these flowers have kind of that center in them. Again, the eye that she's keeping an eye on you. But this, yeah, it's just a message about the one of the precious things about flowers is that they don't last. We're here for a season and make the most of it. Get out there and enjoy the sunshine of life. And where she is, she's happy, she's fine. There's no dandelions there, but even dandelions on earth, take the good with the bad, what seems to be ugly with the beautiful, and just make the most of it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Diana?
Magnetism. She's showing me magnetism.
Okay.
And there's something that you are specifically drawn to do. You're supposed to do it. This is not just a family core sticking together. And I think that this message is meant mostly for you. So there's some sort of a change that you want to create. Maybe it's instead of the career, it's to do your calling. And she's also saying, make some revisions in the plan to get you there so that you can come out of the entanglement where you are. Now, I know you said family, so this card represents the closeness of family when you all sleep upstairs in the bedroom, what friends you can let in, what friends you don't, slamming of doors, arguing, and she's remembering all those years with little kids of which you were one, but that you are all still in a home together, in the home of your heart, in your Vesta heart.
Wow. Awesome. So I get the message here that, and this is really cool. She says, you're part of the entertainment for us up here. We're watching what you do down there and we think it's really cool. So like we might gather together, all of us, and just say, let's see what Jules is up to today. But she says, I love that. I love that. And she said, anytime that you go to the grave, go to the gravesite. If you do, or you don't have to go, because I'm not there and neither is anybody else. But if you go, remember all the good times. That's the important thing to do. She says, you're a very big service. You're like the service dog here. You're not the lady, you're the dog, and not in a bad way. It's like you're the one who provides the sight and the hearing and everything for what it is that you do. And that's what she's recognizing. And she said, your empowerment is fabulous. Just keep empowering yourself, because when you empower yourself, you empower those around you as well.
Awesome. Yeah, that strain of loyalty there with the dog too. The family loyalty.
Family loyalty. Yep. I love that. All right. So we have Julie McGoldrick wondering if her dad is talking to her in her head, and his name is Jack.
Okay.
We're working to get those questions read that were posted before we close the questions. We have probably about 15 or 16 minutes till the hour, but we'll go, if we only have one left or something, we'll go over. But otherwise, we've got all the questions that we can use today. Thank you.
He said, yeah. And I felt a strand coming up from my crown chakra. And he was saying, I don't mean to be like trying to manipulate you like a puppet, but I think he is putting some ideas in your head, and maybe not long lectures or things like that. But now I'm seeing he's like planting the seeds, and sometimes it's hard to know where their input, their input stops and yours starts. But that's kind of what I'm thinking, that he's putting seeds in your mind for them to be, you can make them grow. And so he is encouraging that. And I got a card for you, and it was the white eagle, another one I don't get very often. The connection to divine guidance is within you, which is another way of saying, yeah, it's him. He and your guides are there. And it might be just a time to try to think about, try to tune into the difference between thoughts you think and thoughts you receive. And just because you're asking this question, I think you already know that, that it's your dad, at least getting the beginnings of these thoughts. It's something he wants you to encourage to think about. How about you, Diana?
I shuffled these cards, and before I started shuffling these cards, I put them in, like I stick one in and cut the deck and stick.
Yeah.
Talk about in your head, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely what you hear is him. What you think is him is him. He's drawn to staying close to you because, of course, he loves you and he wants to nurture you, even if it is from afar. And it is about changing the language. The card on the bottom is time. So change the language. Listen to what it is he's saying, but he's talking in his terms and in his way. So it's collaboration, and use it as collaboration so that he can help you and continue to move forward.
I got so much of it. He's speaking for the tribe. He's speaking for he's like he's the spokesman.
Yeah.
And so, he's saying, yeah, absolutely. And he said he was picked as the player to do that. So makes sense. And he says he's trying to infuse more optimism in any area that you're feeling things are kind of not so great. And that could even be just the climate of the country. But he wants you to stay optimistic. He says it's very important for you to stay optimistic, because you bring in what you think. And if you think things are bad, then you'll bring more bad. So think things are good, and then you can bring in more good. That's what I get for you. Yeah. He died in 1969. Oh, you were 11 years old. Oh my goodness, dear.
Oh, honey.
He's been with you all along. He really has. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Time,
Yeah.
time.
Time. Yeah. Wow. Wow. What a great guy he is. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So we have Karen is wondering if her pretty girl, her dog named Pretty Girl, is hanging out with her mom, Aley, on the other side. Oh, you can be sure she is.
Oh, yeah.
My dad's got my whole gambit of 15 dogs he's taking care of over there while he waits for me to get there to give him a break.
Get these mutts out of here, right?
That's right. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore.
That's funny because that's kind of what I was hearing him say.
Yeah. It's like gold digger, dogs in the moonlight.
Yeah.
Mr. Beer Belly. Yeah. Sorry, I get on a tangent with my songs. You can call me Al. That's what it is.
You know, there is so much rhythm in the sky right now that
True.
can't be helped. It's coming in music.
No, it's coming to us. Yeah.
It is for me. With each person, I've heard a song.
Joan, go ahead, hon.
I saw Pretty Girl with your mom, and I don't know if your dog did this when your mom was around, but I saw her kind of circling and then lying down, kind of like lying on her feet, not just at her feet, but on her feet. And she'd kind of move around. So she'd, first her back, she'd be curled up and her back was on your mom's toes as she sat in a chair. And then another time put her head in her toes, on the toes of her shoes. So she's taking care. She's with your mom, and they're, just very, very contented and very together. So yeah. And at first, when I first saw whom I think is Pretty Girl, she was kind of all, excited to see your mom, like, when they come to the door and the dogs are all excited. But then things calmed down and they just were really calm together. And your mom was sort of,
feel at home.
You know how the velvety dog's ears are, and she was kind of rubbing her ears and everything too. So that's what I got.
Wow.
I saw her standing on her hind legs and doing tricks and dancing around on her hind legs, expecting. And then this card came out, expectations.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that, definitely she's with your mom. So she's expecting the treat at the end of the trick. And that your mom is taking good care of her. She lets her off the leash, but she's got her close by.
Oh, she did trick. She did trick.
Yep. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. And mom says, yeah, but everything in moderation because I'm not
going
to give treats over on this side.
Well, at least she doesn't have to take the dog outside to pee or anything because you don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So yes, I'm getting here. Mom is happy with this task. It brings her happiness to take care of the dog, and the dog is no trouble. She says, I didn't have to assert my willpower or anything. I just said, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to empower myself and the dog. She said, and it is a commitment that I have made until you get here and you can take over. So
there you go.
Oh, thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
All right.
And they loved each other, but their connection is also because they both loved you.
Right.
That's right.
That's
right. Okay, so we've got a joyful journey wondering about a reading for finances.
Okay.
Right. What I've got left is Star Midnight and Given Wings. Please let me know that you're here. And Carolyn, we'll answer we'll look at your question at the very end. Okay. Thank you. Oh, Karen says her mom wasn't a dog lover like Karen is, but you know what? Things change when you get on the other side. So yeah.
As Joan said, it's the connection to you.
It's the connection. Yeah. Okay, Joyful. The first one I pull is the piggy bank. Well, they're saying be a little bit more frugal. Start saving start saving a little bit more, take more and pay yourself with it. And I did hear today or the other day that we're supposed to see more money in our paychecks. They're taking less taxes out each time. So maybe that difference, even if it's $10 a month, okay,
Yep.
take it, pay yourself. And this will also make you happy, loving what you're doing. And I don't know if you're looking to meet anybody, but you may meet somebody that has something to do with finances that could help you. But don't be stubborn and uncompromising. Make sure that you always pay yourself and always take the advice of those around you.
That's the bull. The Taurus, the bull, is the ruler of the second house, and the second house of finances.
Okay. Wow. Boom shakalaka.
Yeah. When I tuned in, I just saw like a cone that it starts out small and then it gets bigger and bigger, sort of like a crescendo mark on musical notation. So I'm seeing a gradual increase, and then it turned into a like a hose that has a nozzle on it that will pretty much do the same thing in 3D. So I get the idea that that things are going to be gradually increasing. And when I pulled a card, I got the peacock that said inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for rebirth. And I think it, maybe the inherent wisdom is about manifesting the type of financial situation you want. And it's never a bad thing to have something as beautiful as a peacock or a peacock feather on your side. So I hope that is helpful to you.
I'm chomping at the bit. Sorry, but
go ahead.
That peacock is shaped like the colon you were referring to, right?
Oh, that's right. Kind of. Yeah.
That was the shape you did with your hens. And peacock feathers is about good luck and cash.
Yeah. Oh,
because they have that coin and the vision.
Oh, that's right. The coin on the feather. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And then I got the Ace of Pentacles.
Oh, well, for heaven's sakes, joyful. Be very joyful. This is good news.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But there's also guardianship needed. The other thing about this card is when we were children and learning who can go in your bedroom, who can take your toy, who can play your toys, leave that door open. Don't look in people's closets. Don't look in other people's dresser drawers. That's none of your business. You're lucky that you're in the house playing with your friends. So be careful who you let close to you, and make sure that anyone you ask for help is trustworthy and not going to sneak off with more than their allotted share. If you're paying someone to be a financial advisor, make sure it's not somebody who's going to strip you clean.
Yeah. Wow. Pretty similar messages, I see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good luck. Good luck to you. Yeah. And Diana, yes, you are a very wealth of knowledge. Everyone is acknowledging in the chat. There you go. Star Midnight, I'm going to give you one more chance to let me know if you're here. But we do have given wings. And so a message from her dad, John, is what she would like. Thank you. All right.
Big bad John. Sorry, that's what just came in.
Man, John was a hard worker, or somebody who charged forward. That's what I'm picking up right away. The first thing I saw him, he was like a hurdler and literally hurtling forward, going over a hurdle like in track, but just like his head in front of his shoulders and just everything moving. And then I saw him pulling hard, like in the olden days when people would have a cart with wooden wheels and the staves or whatever it is that come out, and he was like pulling and straining and straining. So I get the idea that he was a very hard worker, whether he was driving himself or pulling something else along. So John, what's the message to this? I asked, what's the message? He's saying, don't work so hard. You don't have to. That was his way of doing things, but now he's saying it doesn't have to be that hard. And he is trying to lighten the load a little for you. He's still, they said that was just the way I was, but he is counseling you to there are things that you maybe inherited or think that's the only way to do things because that's the way dad did it, and I need to work that hard or do whatever it is, whether it's that quality or not. And he said I get the idea that he has since mellowed a bit and you find your own way, baby. That's kind of the whatever way you want to do your life, that's your choice, and he's here to support you throughout. So sending lots of love.
Right. Well, I've definitely got a similar message here because, first of all, he was saying you need to rediscover the child within. And then I realized the picture that you have here, you're in your thumbnail, that's a beautiful moth, butterfly, whichever it is. So go get out and play, rediscover the child within. Walk away from the old crap. There's something that has been troubling you. It's fine. Walk away. You can give up on that one because,
Yeah.
You are in alignment, right? This rediscovery is putting you in alignment with your higher self, with your angelics, with your guides, and with him. Big bad John.
Can't make this stuff up. Yeah.
No, and when you said hurdles, that's kind of like what's in the song Big Bad John, because it's about he's a miner and the girders that are holding up all the land that's been cut out, right? And then he came in and he's holding it up. So
I get the same thing about giving up something, because I get here, give up what's ever haunting you. That was an expression my mother and father used to say. Don't let that haunt you, but he's saying disconnect from it. It's not important. Whatever is bothering you, whatever it is that you have been giving energy to or have in the past, it's time to let it go. It's just not important anymore. And he said, sometimes I think I'd like to make an appearance in your life, but I don't want to scare you. So if you tell me it's okay, I'll try to see if I can do it, or I can come to you in a dream, but you give me permission and you'll know that I'll be there. But wait till you see this card, ladies. You can see her avatar.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
You are going through a fabulous transformation. Yes. And you already knew that because that's what you picked for your avatar. And he says, just keep growing and keep glowing. Yeah. Because you and let yourself go. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Plus that rediscovery card was just as playful as her avatar and the card that you just showed. Oh my goodness.
It's wonderful. Thank you, dear. Okay, we got one last one, and it's a quickie. Carolyn had a phone call with no number or time, just a name and a small picture. She wonders what Harry was trying to say.
Well, what was the name?
Yeah. Okay.
And can you discern what the picture was?
Yeah. Do you remember, Carolyn?
Because 57,000 miles was what I was singing. What song is that in? Earlier today.
Star. Okay. Go ahead.
Earlier today. You were singing it too? Oh my gosh, Carolyn.
She was singing that song? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. It's a Harry song. And now, of course, I can't think of which one it is.
It's Harry Nilsson and Annie that she's talking about. Yeah. It's okay. Okay. It was Harry, she said. It was Harry. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
All I'm getting, I'm kind of missing this conversation, but all I'm getting is a small image that has water in it, like water flowing and kind of coming down, and there's white foam. And so I think it's just kind of go with the flow. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. She gets messages from a friend of hers, Harry Nielsen, who was a singer.
Oh, okay.
And so he went away, and now he seems to be coming back. But I think he's telling you, I'm not going away all the way again. That's what I get. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that 57,000 miles, that goes with, he's overseas. He's entertaining the troops
Ah, okay.
all through Europe.
Yep. Yep.
And he'll be back on his birthday.
Oh,
which is
okay.
June 15th.
All right. So he's going to be sending you long distance messages. I get
Yeah.
the song. It's not his song, but I get the Jim Croce song, Operator.
Oh,
Yeah. Will you help me sing this song or something like that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. But that isn't him, but that's what I get. Because I
no,
get music. Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
getting Jim Croce. That's they were buds.
They might be friends or they're friends.
You know,
now.
they were in
Yeah.
that circle of musicians
Sure.
together.
Yep.
But the song I had is definite. Earlier today, I was singing it.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
so when did you get that phone call? You can text me and tell me because we're
Okay.
running out of time.
Yeah, we're
But,
running out of time. Yep. All right. So
What
Star
time
Midnight
is
is
it?
here. Let's read
All
for her.
right.
I think she just wanted a general reading.
Okay.
Hopefully that's true, Star Midnight. So we're just catching up with you at the end here. All right. Yes, Juno, that's it. Operator, can you help me place this phone?
Oh, see, that's not the one I was singing. That's Croce for
Oh.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. There was no message, Carolyn said. Okay. That's
Okay.
why she was asking, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, Star Midnight, I haven't seen you in a while, and it's good to have you here, dear. I wasn't trying to scold you. I just I had given up because I asked a few times and wrote it in the chat. So, thank you for letting me know. I'm glad that you let me know before we finished. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just getting that it's time of big growth for you. And
Oh.
I'm just seeing a big, huge old oak tree that's budding out and then, budding out and leafing out.
Uh-huh.
What's the other, is there any other message here for Star Midnight? And it's because this is this old oak tree, it's referencing your strength and like, yeah, I've got this. I've done this for 100 seasons, but also referencing the flexibility. You have to have flexibility to last that long. Flexibility and strength. But there, within that, the main message seems to be growth. It's going to be a period. It's going to be like a springtime of your life, a period of new growth.
Ooh, how nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because whatever it is that's been holding you back, you've just realized that you have the ability to lift that. Those bindings aren't very tight. And once you wiggle out of that, you'll be able to untie your feet and see there's no swords in front of you. You can walk out of there and you're going to move on to smoother ways, leaving that past obstacle behind you. You've turned on your own light. And one last thing is, it's you to depend on yourself right now.
Okay. So, all right. I got the first thing I get is travel, Star Midnight. I don't know if you're planning on traveling or if you've been doing astral traveling, but there's some kind of movement, some kind of travel that's either coming up or that you're planning because you've been feeling trapped in a cage and you really want to break free. Yeah, you want to break free and move on.
Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And here's the truth. You want to live your truth. And so if you see that the mirror is facing out and it's right in front of the heart chakra. So you're living your truth through the love that you share and they're honoring you for that. But part of that truth might be traveling somewhere. Isn't that a good thing? I would love to go somewhere.
I love that. That was beautiful.
It was.
That card's beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Joan, and thank you, Diana. for your work with us today. Thank you to all my moderators and to all the people in the chat. You're wonderful. I will be on with Medium Kim and Kelly Scarborough and Alice Leong if she comes for angel readings at 5 o'clock Pacific today. And we read everybody one card that's in the chat. So if you want to come and get it read, come on over. In the meantime, we'll see you next week. Same time, same channel. Much love to you all. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Thanks, Aley. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.